it's getting a little breathier than I want it to. So I know, because I'm a voice teacher, I have to know these things. I know that if I substitute the sound for a G sound, I get a little bit more vocal fold closure. So it should get a little bit less breathy. So instead of doing mi, me, ma, ma, mu, I'm going to do gi, ge, ga, go, gu and see if I can still keep it light without going quite so breathy. Hey Voxstar, and welcome to From Singer to Artist. I'm Lara Chapman, award-winning singer and songwriter turned viral vocal coach and the host of this show. At VoxTape Studios, we help singers from all over the world level up their voices by teaching them the 3 fundamental skills all singers need: technique, awareness, and artistry. Whether you're looking to go pro or just develop your voice for fun, my team and I are here to help. Check the link in the description to book your first session or grab some of our other resources. Alrighty, are you ready? Let's get started. One of the biggest struggles that singers out there face is actually practicing consistently and regularly. And that has nothing to do with, you don't want it enough or anything like that. Myself too, I sucked at practicing my entire life, even though all I ever wanted to be was a singer. So why couldn't I get myself to practice, right? It's the same thing for a lot of people out there. They want to, but for some reason they just can't. Now, one way to make that easier, to make practicing easier, to show up consistently for yourself and for your voice easier, is practicing along to tracks. I love practicing along to tracks because then I don't have to sit in front of a piano and play the scales myself, and I don't have to figure out what should I be practicing, what should I be working on. All I got to do is just press play. But obviously, there are a couple things that we need to pay attention to when we are practicing with tracks. So that's what I wanted to talk about today with you, so that if you are practicing with tracks, that you can get the most out of these tracks. I myself have created, oh my gosh, probably at this point, hundreds of exercise tracks, and a couple tracks too where there's exercise after exercise after exercise, so I don't have to go through single exercises and pick which one I want to do next, but rather hey, here's a bunch of exercises that work on high notes. Here's a bunch of different exercises that work on belting. Here's a bunch of different exercises that work on chest voice, or whatever it is, right? So I created longer tracks as well. So again, I don't have to spend so much brain power on, figuring out what I should be doing. So today I want to go through one of these tracks. I picked our comprehensive warm-up track, and we're going to go through this track together so that I can point out some things that you should be paying attention to when you are practicing with tracks. The rule overall when it comes to practicing with tracks is to not just blindly follow the tracks. We want to make adjustments when we need to make adjustments, and we want to just be feeling into our body, feeling into our voice, and see, okay, did that note come out the way we want to? Yes or no? If not, pause the track and try again before just continuing with it. Also, when we are practicing with tracks, they are not, sometimes they are, but most of the time they are not specifically made for your voice, meaning the range of these tracks might not be exactly right for you. It might go too high or not high enough. It might go too low or not low enough. So those are all things that we want to keep in mind when we are practicing with tracks, so that it's a little bit more than just, pressing play and blindly following. That is going to be better than nothing, don't get me wrong, but if we want to get the most out of our exercises and out of our tracks, we do need to pay a little bit more attention to it. So let me just give you an example by going through our comprehensive warm-up track, and then you can see what am I paying attention to when I am following these tracks, so that you can start doing these things yourself when you are practicing to tracks that you find on YouTube, or if you are a part of our community, you get access to these tracks. You can also purchase our tracks just as is as well. I'll include the links in the description as well, so you can check that out if you want to. But without further ado, let's just dig right in. Warm up your voice. Okay, so I always demonstrate the exercise first if you get any of our exercise tracks so that you know what the exercise is, and then eventually you start doing it on your own. I do it with you twice and then you go on your own so that you can focus on your voice and not my voice. So here with this exercise, okay, this is the very first exercise. This is a warm up. I know, don't push too hard. And just, explore your voice, see how it's feeling. So I'm just going to practice along to the track and see what I'm feeling. Now, if you feel yourself like, oh, hold on, like I'm not quite getting those notes right. I don't really know this exercise. I don't know this scale. This is a new scale for me. Before you just start like continuing with the exercise, just listen to the first one, then and then pause the track, do this again and again. Okay, I got the scale down. I can keep going. Now, this is obviously not a difficult scale, but with some other scales, they might get a little bit more tricky. And if they're new to you, you might have to do it 2 to 3, maybe 4 or 5 times before you're like, okay, I got it now. And you can move on with it, okay? So give yourself the time to familiarize yourself with the scale before moving on. So far, so good. Okay, so I'm already going down here with this track and I'm like, actually, because I already warmed up my voice, I got a couple more notes, so I'm going to keep going up on my own. One more. And then I turn back around and follow the track again, as I'm going back down. You don't have to perfectly follow the scale, as you would with a piano or anything like that. As you heard, I didn't have any anchor points. I just went a little bit higher and a little bit higher and a little bit higher. Now, I've been hearing scales for years at this point, so I have a pretty good idea for what a half step looks, sounds, and feels like. But again, this is not an exact science. You don't have to perfectly go up by a half step. If it's a little bit more, a little bit less, that's okay. Just go up higher if you want to go higher. If not, let's turn back around. Where are we? Okay, nice. There, that's the end of that one. I was just gonna pause it right there and be like, hold on, I need to do that one again. Because we're landing, for me, at least for my range, we're landing a little bit more in a chustier, heavier sound down here. So I need to adjust from that more mixy sound to get into that more Now, maybe I want to go a couple more, like a couple more rounds lower. Just to see what it feels like. Now that's already really low. That one down there didn't feel that great anymore. Or like it was just a little wonky. It felt fine, but it was just a little wonky. But that's okay. That's super low. And so here with this one, I, went a little bit higher and I went a little bit lower just to explore. If it went too high for you, then you would let the track keep going on its own. And then when it turns back around, you just come back in whenever it feels good for you. I'm sure there's another higher exercise where I can show you what that would look like. But let's keep going with the next exercise.
Next up, we have lip trills. If you're struggling with lip trills, you can try holding your cheeks with your fingers, or you can substitute for any other SOVT sound like the pufferfish, rolling R's, or singing through a straw.
So I love that. Here in this track, I'm giving you different options to try. So if you don't like lip trills, or you just can't get them, which a lot of people out there are struggling with these lip trills. So there's really no shame if this is not your favorite thing or you just can't get it. That's totally fine. Like I said, you can try holding your cheeks like this. That makes it a little bit easier for most people. But you can also do other exercises. Or so as you're going through this, maybe you've been practicing with this track for a while. You did the lip trill all the time. You want to switch it up to something else. It's really up to you. You don't have to do exactly that sound that I am using in this track, or that whoever's track you're following is using. You can be playful with it and adjust it to whatever feels right to you. I want to make this a little bit more challenging for myself, so I'm going to do the rolling R's. I'm holding my nose because I feel a lot of vibrations and it gets a little tickly. And so I'm like, it feels itchy. So I'm holding down my nose so that it doesn't feel so itchy and tingly. Okay, so up here, this is starting to get a little bit more difficult, on this sound for me. So I'm like, okay, hold on. That didn't feel as easy or as effortless as it could. Let me try that again. One more time. There you go. That felt much better. So I would stay here and repeat until it feels good and then keep going with the track. Want to do that one again? I like the second high note. I didn't like the first one. Let me try it on maybe the raspberry. That was a lot better already. One more time. Maybe lip trill. Hate that. Nope. Let me try the pufferfish. Okay, there you go. I like the pufferfish the most for up here. So again, I paused the track. I tried a couple different things where it feels the best. I'm going to keep going with the pufferfish. So that last one, that last high one, I was like, ooh, okay, we're getting towards the end of my range here. I would not want to keep going. So I would have, let the track go on its own, but it's turning around now. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can keep going with it then.
Okay, Okay, great. Next, we're going to practice our vowels on mi, me, ma, mo, mu. Make sure you keep everything light and in your mixed voice, and don't forget to create enough space inside your mouth.
Okay, awesome. So here, because this is a warm-up track, I'm specifically saying keep it light. If I know, hey, I'm already quite warm and I just want to get after it and I am working on a chest dominant mix, I will go in and instead of keep this mi, me, ma, mo, mu, keeping it light, I would go a little more mi, me, ma, mo, mu. So I'm adjusting it, but I'm making it a conscious choice. So again, I'm not blindly following the track here and just following the instructions. I'm like, no, actually, I want to take this exercise and work on something a little different. So I'm going to adjust it and modify it to this other thing. Awesome. Go ahead and do that. I don't want to do that in this case, but there you go. Keeping it nice and light for me. So what I'm feeling here is it's getting a little breathier than I want it to. So I know, because I'm a voice teacher, I have to know these things. I know that if I substitute the sound for a G sound, I get a little bit more vocal fold closure. So it should get a little bit less breathy. So instead of doing mi, me, ma, ma, mu, I'm going to do gi, ge, ga, go, gu, and see if I can still keep it light without going quite so breathy. Ga, go, gu, gi, ge, ga, go, gu. Definitely less breathy. Ge, ga, go, gu. Gi, ge, ga, go, gu. Gi, ge, so I switched back to mi, me, ma, ma, mu to see, can I still keep it a little bit more connected, a little bit less breathy, even though I'm not doing those G's? Yes, sounds like I can. So I'm going to keep going with mi, me, ma, ma, mu. Unless I feel like, oh, hold on, I'm getting too breathy again. I will switch back to gi, ge, ga, go, gu. Mi, me, ma, ma, mu. Mi, me, ma, ma, mu. Mi, me, ma, ma, mu. That one right there. Gi, ge, ga, go, gu. Mi, me, ma, ma, mu. There you go. That feels better.
Now let's explore our head voice on we, oh, we. Make sure you're controlling your volume and you're not getting louder as we go higher in pitch. We, oh, we, we, oh, we, we, oh, we, oh, we. We, oh, we, we, oh, we, we, oh, we, oh, we. We, oh, we, we, oh, we, we, oh, we, oh, we. We, oh, we, we, oh, we, we, oh, we, oh, we. We, oh, we, we, oh, we, we, oh, we, oh, we. Now let's say this is getting too high for me and I can't keep going. I'm just going to let the track play and wait until it's time for me to come back in. So just to demonstrate this, that's what this would look like here. Actually, before I would just cut out and be like, oh, it's getting too high, I would continue here. Not great. Try again. Like I would keep repeating it until I'm like, it's just not coming out today. And then I let the track keep playing before I just give up after the first try. All right. So try at least bare minimum 3 to 5 times, up to 7 times, just in that same spot. Before you give up. Okay. This track is getting really high. And we're turning back around, right? So I'm like, okay, I skipped probably 3 rounds. I can come back in after after the third round, coming back down. We, oh, we, oh, we, oh, we, oh, we. Some
sometimes, I need to mention this, sometimes with these tracks, you go up by half step and coming back down by full step, meaning you're making jumps back down twice as big as going back up. So if I'm like, okay, I skipped 3 rounds going up, that might only be 1.5 rounds coming down. So for you, that would be 2 rounds, right? Rather than 3 rounds coming back down. So you can't just like count the rounds. Sometimes you also have to just like hear, oh, okay, where does it start feeling good? Or you can just start and you're like, oh, hold on, that's still too high, and you stop. So too high. Still too high. We're good, right? So you can try and get it. And if you're like, nope, not yet. Just wait until you get it. Like until it's in your range. No problem.
Now it is time to unlock the power in your voice with the AIA belting exercise. But remember, we are just warming up, so no need to be loud.
Okay, this is a really difficult exercise for me. Because when I open up to that I want to push a little too hard. So what I could do to substitute the sound to something else is maybe just hey, so I'm not pushing too hard while still, not going but or just to put my voice a little bit more on rails and not starting to push. But again, you kind of have to know your voice a little to be able to like make decisions like this. What makes sense for me? So I'm just gonna flip flop back and forth between and e, like and and just play around with it and see what feels best. Did you hear how I like kind of lost that power up there? That little crack right there. If I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm cracking on this note there. So what can I do to, maybe get a little bit more power into that note without yelling, right? So I'm like, okay, increase the volume just a little bit. For me, I would like make it breathy so that my vocal folds are not pinching together too much. But again, you kind of have to know your voice here to know what kind of changes to these exercises do you want to make so that it comes out right for you. I'm just going to stick to that. That I feel like is serving me the most right now, today, where my voice is at. So I'm going to keep going on that. That last one was in a range where I'm like, okay, I'm feeling comfortable. Go switching back to that sound. But all right, let's keep going.
Well done. Now let's balance it all out again with this mixed voice exercise on I sigh to sing. 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 So up here, if it's like difficult to get those notes out on these lyrics, I could just drop the consonants, like the words, and just focus on, okay, what vowel am I going for here? I sigh.
Okay, it's probably like an ah sound. Ah, and just do that instead of I sigh to sing. It's really, you can play around with it. Maybe the S of sigh is actually making it easier to hit the note up there. Maybe it's making it harder for you. Again, you can just focus on the vowel, or you can do the words. It's really up to you. Ah, I sigh to sing. Ah, I sigh to sing. Ah, I sigh to sing. 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 Of course, you don't have to make any of these changes, right? I'm just trying to show you what are all these different things that you could be changing to, make it right for your specific voice. But you don't have to change anything if you don't want to change anything. If the track is perfect for you for today, where your voice is at right now, awesome. These are just some things that you can change if you want to, if it feels right to you. I think there's one more.
All right, well done. To finish up our warm-up, let's do the pop
exercise.
song exercise, Watermelon Sugar. You can find this exercise in the Green Room Library under Pop Song Exercises Level 1.
So same thing here. Watermelon sugar, ha 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 hi, ha 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 hi. I just wanna taste it, taste it. Now, if you don't know the exercise, especially like with these pop song exercises, you probably can't just sing along to the track, right? You're like, okay, hold on, I gotta like learn this exercise first. So, go through it section by section. So, okay, one more time. Great. The next part is ooh. Put it together. Ooh. Okay, great. I got the first part down. Then E-A-O. Right, and so you're just learning the exercise by going through it like section by section and putting those little sections together until you're like, okay, I got the exercise, and then you can keep going with the track. Watermelon sugar, ha 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 hi, ha 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 hi. I just wanna taste it, taste it. Did not love that. That feels better. Watermelon sugar, ha 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 hi, ha 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 hi. I just wanna taste it, taste it, and so forth, right? Like we're pretty much at the end of this track here. But you can pause and try again. Like, hold on, that wasn't quite right. Try again until you get it right, and then keep going. Pause, try again. And if it's like, nope, still not coming out, just let the track do its thing and come back in when it feels good. You can start making some changes, like modify the vowels, drop the lyrics, completely change the exercise, like not the scale, because you're following the scale. But if you're like, hey, the scale is whatever, like ma 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 ma, for example, right? Da 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 da. That's the scale, and I'm demonstrating it, or the track it's demonstrating it on a lip trill. Awesome. I don't want to work on a lip trill. I want to do something completely different. Mi me ma mo mu. Great. Or nay 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 nay. Like, or whatever. Like, you don't have to do exactly the exercise that is shown in the track. Obviously, I would recommend following the track the way it is at first before you start making any modifications to it. But then as you get to know your own voice better, you can start making these modifications based on what you feel like works best for you. If you have no idea what's best for you, That's why voice teachers exist. We can tell you. So for us, if you wanted to get help from us, you can either do a vocal evaluation where you send us a clip and we'll give you feedback on that and be like, hey, try this, try that, try this exercise, and pay attention to this part of the voice and so forth. Or we can set up a one-on-one lesson as well where we can workshop these different things together and see what works best for you. Where do we have to make modifications to certain exercises? Where can we keep them exactly the way we want them to be? The more you know about your voice, the more aware you are of your own voice, what it is you're doing well, what are some of the challenges that you're experiencing, and the more you understand how everything in your voice is connected and how certain things affect your voice. Like, for example, the example that I gave was I wanted to turn the mime mama mu into gi ge ga go gu because I felt I was getting a little breathy. And I was like, no, I want to get a little bit more vocal fold closure. And I know the g sound gets me more vocal fold closure, right? So the more things like that the more you can get out of these tracks. Obviously, that's not where we start out with. And it's really, this is high level stuff, right? Like changing like mime mama mu to gi ge ga go gu, for example, like not many people know this. This is a voice teacher's job to know that kind of stuff, which is why working with a voice teacher helps you just make so much more progress so much more quickly, because we know exactly what's going to solve your problem. But you can just be playful with it and see what makes changes to your singing and what makes absolutely no difference at all, based on all these different exercises that you've heard out there. I recommend getting started with just following the track before you start making any modifications. Of course, not including if the track gets too high or too low. You don't want to push your voice into ranges that doesn't feel good for your voice, right? If it gets too high, wait until the track comes back down. If it gets too low, wait until it comes back up. It's the same thing there. Like, only do what feels good. This is the most important part when we're practicing together with tracks. Now, when you are, in a car while like driving and you're practicing these exercises, or you are doing the dishes or preparing dinner, we probably don't pay as much of attention to what it is we're doing, but that's still better than not doing anything, right? So here I'm like actively like sitting down and really paying attention and stopping and, trying out other things, but sometimes you just let the track play and you do what's okay. Do what works for you, right? Do whatever works for you. Don't overcomplicate it, but be mindful of how you're using these tracks. You're going to get so much more out of these tracks when you're doing what we trusted today than when you're just blindly following them, okay? So I'll include all the links to, our tracks, an evaluation, a lesson. If you want to do any of these things, I'll include those links here so that you have easy access to them. But other than that, that's it for today. I hope this was helpful. This stuff is very, very, very important. So I hope you made it to the end. But anyways, thanks for listening and for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.